Hey everyone, my name is Sean Cecil from the Oculus Institute, and today I'm going to teach you how you can give yourself a raise. Okay, so I'm going to start off by explaining this for freelancers and entrepreneurs because that's easier, and then if you're working in a job, I can explain how to do that. I'll give you a couple adjustments at the end. So first, here's what most people do, whether they're freelancers or business owners. And this is what you want to avoid because this is going to keep your income exactly the same if you do this. Sometimes even cause it to go down. So what most people do is they get to a point where they're making enough money to meet their financial needs, right? And then at that point, they just stay there, right? They don't do any lead generation. They don't do any prospecting. They don't do any of the hard work that it took in the beginning to create their market. They maybe have a couple clients and they keep those relationships and that's that. Right? And so their income seems to be pretty consistent, right? And then sometimes something will change, a client will move on or some crisis will happen or whatever, and then their income dips and then they have to scramble and then they go and they do all the marketing and sales and lead generation work again and they get back to where they were. And they have this period of crisis and then they sort it out and then they, pay off their debts and then they keep doing that. That's the life of most freelancers, is this kind of plateau dip, plateau dip, plateau dip. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is even when you have enough clients to meet all your needs, you still want to be marketing. You still want to be generating leads. You still want to be selling. And what's going to happen is you're going to get more clients. And eventually you're going to get to the point where you have so many people interested in working with you that you don't have the time to work with all of them. And that is a good thing. That's not a bad thing. Because then what happens is you say, okay, I'm going to raise my rates. So if charging $50 an hour, I'm going to charge $60 an hour. And you may lose some people who are no longer interested at $60 an hour. That price no longer works for them. But since you already have more people than you could possibly accommodate, you needed to lose some clients anyway, right? So now you're working the same amount of time at a higher rate because you just replaced your lower paying clients with higher paying clients, or you increase the rate on the clients who stayed. And then you go and you do it again. You never stop marketing. You never stop generating leads. You never stop selling. And as you do that, you'll get more referrals, you'll get more clients who are interested. And if you keep doing that and you just don't have enough time to help everybody who needs your help, you can just keep increasing your rate every month, every 2 months, every few months. Whenever you hit that point, you just increase your rate again. When I started freelancing, I was charging $55 an hour. The most recent, time that I did freelancing, I charged somebody $250 an hour, and that was because I had known them for a long time and I was giving them a discount. The time before that, I charged $500 an hour, right? But I started at 55, right? Now, granted, I don't do a lot of freelancing anymore because I have the Oculus Institute and I'm running this whole company. But the point is that how did I 10x my rate in just a couple of years? It's exactly what I said, I filled my schedule and I just kept raising the rate. I made the decision. Right? Now, some people are going to hesitate about that because they're going to say, well, I don't want the client to leave or this or that. But at the end of the day, you're adding more value to the world and you're helping people more if you're helping the people who value what you do more. Right? If somebody's willing to pay $100 an hour for your time, right, that means that they're getting more out of it than somebody who's willing to pay 50. So why would you lower your impact just to keep things the same way that they were? Right? Not only are you not serving your own finances, you're not even serving your market well. Right? So that's how you give yourself a raise. Now, if you're in a job, slightly different, but it's not that much different. Because again, what you're trying to do is you want to go create more demand for your time. So in this case, you just go out and you go apply for other jobs and you get an offer at a higher rate. And then you go back to your boss and say, hey, I have an offer for $20,000 a year more. Can you match it? It's the same thing. You're raising your rate. It's just your salary instead of your hourly rate. But it all comes back to constantly building that demand for what you do. Marketing, lead generation, sales. Those are the things that ultimately increase the demand. And just like basic economics, supply and demand, if you've got to keep the supply the same and the demand goes up, that means the price goes up. And that is how you give yourself a raise. Before you go, I've got a free gift for you. So if you found this video valuable, if it helped you see the world in a new way, and you're interested in building a career that's going to bring you both personal fulfillment and financial prosperity, then I've got a free presentation for you to help you do just that. So if you go to the link below, it's www.oculusinstitute.com/workshop. That's www.oculusinstitute.com/workshop. Then it'll take you to a registration for a free presentation. It's about 50 minutes long, that's 50, and it's gonna give you the step-by-step process to building your dream career. See you there.